Hello and welcome to the Sunday interview. My guest today is a medical practitioner and a politician of high repute. Interestingly, he is both a former state lawmaker and federal parliamentarian. He is currently a serving commissioner in a state in the country. You will be meeting my guest after this timeout. I am Azizat Olaoluwa, and I will be right back. Welcome back. My guest today is a member of the Lagos State Executive Council. He is the Honorable Commissioner of Waterfront Infrastructure Development. I am talking about Honorable Dr. Babatunde Samuel Adejare. Thank you for joining us on the show.
Thank you, my dear. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Now, first off, tell us about your childhood. How was it like?
My childhood was fine. I was actually born in 1961.
Okay.
You know. June 9, Adejare in Ogun State.
Okay.
And I did about 3 years with my parents. By the age of 3, my aunt, who by all means, and with all due respect to her, she was my mother.
Oh,
yes,
she practically adopted you?
Yeah, she brought me to Lagos at the age of 3, and she became my mother. The mother I had ever known intimately than any mother, even more than my biological mother. And unfortunately for me, both of them are late. Yes, but they are two of few most important people in my life. And I did my childhood, so to say, on Lagos Street, 30 Lagos Street, to be precise. That's where I grew up.
So what memorable childhood experience do you hold dear, that you still remember up till now?
One that I remember up to now is the one that shaped my life from then till now.
Okay.
I attended the Red Cross training. And, you know, in Red Cross, apart from the marching and all the rest, they will train you in some medical...
First aid,
medical first aid things. And some medical minor procedures and things like that. So when we got to, when we were playing football, and one of us broke his arm. And they had already told us in that first aid session, Red Cross first aid session, that if that happens, don't rush. Make sure you splint the arm. Okay. Because if not, there might be damages on the way to the hospital. So I told them, no, wait. Let's splint it. They said, what is splinting? Bring rulers. I applied rulers and bandaged it. So when they got to Igbobi, they asked them, who did this? And they said, one of his colleagues. And they said, that guy is a doctor. And they started calling me doctor from that time.
Wow.
And that was, we were around the age of 7.
Really?
Yes. And everybody from that time, some people were on my street, they never knew my actual name, but when they called doctor, they know it's me they were looking for.
Which higher institution did you go to?
I first went to University of Ibadan.
Okay.
I did my A-levels at ISR, International School Ibadan. From there, I entered into UI for biochemistry. I wanted to do medicine in UI. And they promised that maybe in 200 level, 300 level, I would change to medicine. But eventually they didn't change me, so I abandoned it. Took another JAMB form, and I went to University of Ilorin.
Okay.
And that's why I started medicine. I had to, in '83, I had to start medicine again.
So what was your experience like, practicing? Or are you still practicing?
Not actively now because of my job.
Okay.
But it's a job that is God ordained. Like, I don't think there's any other thing you can compare to medicine in terms of profession or the job. Because what gives me pleasure is for you to come in pains to me, and I will do something to you from me and relieve that pain. Or you get injured, you come to me and make you feel fine all over again. That's one sensation no job will give you.
Sure.
Or you want to deliver a baby. If I tell you my experience delivering my first baby, it was really something else.
Indeed. Now, what is your favorite meal?
Who? I'm a Yoruba man. I'm an Ijebu man. A worry person. Because of where I am from now. I like Eba a lot. I like Eba a lot. Huh?
With what kind of soup?
Bure soup.
Ah.
Yes.
So you can eat it at any time
Bure
of the day?
oloboro. I can eat 4 times a day for 1 year.
Wow.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I have stopped it now.
Okay.
Because of my weight problems. And I'm getting older. And my doctor's advice, I should not be eating much.
Do you drink alcohol?
No, not now. I used to while I was in school, but not too seriously. I used to smoke while I was in school. I used to smoke, but I stopped more than 15, 16 years ago. I stopped.
Why did you
Long
stop?
time. Cigarette is not good for your health. It's not the best. As a doctor, I know the implications and I know what it can cause.
Do you listen to music?
Yes, I do. I want to. You see, music is one of those things that I would have loved to know how to sing very well, but I don't know how to sing. And it pains me a lot because sometimes I feel like singing to my wife. I feel like
because I usually ask my guests to sing. That's what I'm asking. If you're supposed to sing at least a chorus of one of your best songs. Yeah,
if you want me to sing, I'll sing.
Please do. Let me be the judge. If you could actually sing or not.
I can. I'll sing. Ọlọ́run tó dá wọn òkè ìgbàanì, ẹ̀yin ni mo fi ọpẹ́ ẹ̀mí fún. Ọlọ́run tó dá wọn òkè ìgbàanì, ẹ̀yin ni mo fi ọpẹ́ ẹ̀mí fún.
For someone that said he doesn't know how to sing, you really tried.
No.
Well done.
I would have loved to know how to sing better than this.
Yeah, well, you tried anyways.
Thank you so much.
You should be encouraged.
Thank you.
Tell us about your family, marriage, children,
and my
parents as well.
I'll start with my parents. Right. My father died at the age of 98 about 4 or 5 years ago. Wonderful man, had 8 wives.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
But wonderful man, wonderful man. I used to be cross with him for that. But the day he told me that he was not the one that married my mother, that the first 3 wives of his were married by his own father for him. So that why was I making fish about the whole issue? You know? So I brought myself to understand their own way of life and their own time at that time. He was a farmer. He was a native policeman at that time, sometimes, because they used to call him corporal too, corporal. But in my place, they would call it corporal. You know, they used to call him that. And I saw his picture you know, wearing those uniforms then. And then eventually, he even went into commerce, he was selling underwears, you know, that kind of thing. But eventually he settled for farming. And then, for you to thrive in farming, you have to have a large family. And I think that's what brought about his own. Yes. But he was a nice man. And eventually, I had two mothers. My biological mother, very energetic, very hardworking woman. She was a dry fish seller. She would buy fish and, you know,
to roast it,
and sell. And that was what she was doing all her life. And they know her as Adejare in my place. That's her name, Adejare. It is my mother, they called that. And then eventually, like I told you earlier, my aunt, who is my father's junior sister, brought me to Lagos. And I lived all my life with her. She made me the person I am today. And she gave me everything. Everything. Love, care, money, everything.
May she rest in peace. You said she's late now as well.
She is.
May she rest in peace.
Amen, amen.
Yes. What about your wife?
I'm married, obviously. I'm married. I got married about, that was 1991.
91?
I got married in 1991 to one of the most beautiful ladies that I'd ever seen in my life. Dark, very dark. But all the same, very quiet, very unassuming, very polite, respectful.
How many kids do you have, and what are they doing right now?
I have 3 biological children, but I have so many that are my children too. There's even one, I wouldn't want to call him adopted. It's my son. You understand? He's even older than all my children. He's married. He's fine. You know. And he still has his own parents, but I'm his father. And we are, you know, and there are three of my own biological ones. 2 boys and a girl. They are all well, doing fine. 2 of them are accountants. One of them is almost chartered accountant, is almost chartered. And the other one wants to be an accountant, businessman, and all the rest. So soon, he just finishes NYSC. He might go for his master's soon. The young girl there, the last one, she's still in school, studying.
Secondary, primary?
University.
Oh. I have some more questions for you, but we'd have to go on a short break at this point. My guest on the show today is Honorable Dr. Samuel Babatunde Adejare. Stay with us, we'll be right back. All right, glad to have you back. My guest is still Honorable Dr. Samuel Babatunde Adejare, and he's been talking to me about his life experiences so far. Thank you for staying with me on the show.
Thank God, thank God.
All right, since 2003, you've never been jobless in politics. You were in the Lagos State House of Assembly. Later on, you went to the House of Representatives, and you've been a commissioner. Why you, first off? Because many would wonder why Adejare is always busy. What is the secret to all this?
It's the grace of God. Grace of God Almighty. Because whatever you are has been ordained by God before you become. And also the leave of my leaders. Particularly our father, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Jagaban of the world, not of
Africa.
Of Africa alone, is of the world. And he's the Asiwaju of the world. You see, if I start talking about Ashwaju here now, we'll convert this to Ashwaju, you know, but there is no way I will talk about my political life and career without talking about him. He got me into politics indirectly.
Oh.
And he supported personally me a lot. He gave me the level playing field to thrive, the enabling environment to thrive in politics. He supported not only me, a lot of us. Adejare had made a lot of us in politics. Not that he invited somewhere and gathered us somewhere. We were just fitting in our different localities. And because we showed that he encouraged, made sure that, look, if these guys are popular in the area, go ahead and do primaries. And let's see what will come out of it. Even then, they had issue in the party, where Adejare had been given his own ticket to return as the governor, but was told that the other people, those of us that were contesting in other cadre, he was to forget us. He refused. He said, no, that if that's the case, let everybody go for primary. Eventually, they had the primary, and we all came in. I won by a vote. Wow. Yes.
Okay, so as a state lawmaker, a two-time state lawmaker and a one-time federal lawmaker, how do you represent your people? You're from Agege, right?
Constituency. Yes.
Federal constituency as well. So how did you represent your people at those different times?
I represented them very well. And I don't expect you to say, I should say otherwise. But you see, sincerely speaking, my people, if you go to Agege, they will tell you, we are, not only me, you know, those of us that have been represented, we've represented them very well. We were very, 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 very serious about, you know, bringing Agege to the limelight. Before we came there, I don't think there was, nobody had ever been given a commissioner, so to say.
From that place?
From that locality that time. They were telling our leaders then, who do you have, who do you have? But by the time we came, we were determined to change that for the best. And we thank God today, it has changed for the best. The current speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly is from Agege, and is the speaker, the number 3 man in Lagos. So it's something, and I'm very proud of him and what he has achieved. We entered the house the same time, you know, and that was our vision, to make Agege known and placed on a higher pedestal than we met it. Okay. And we thank God that Ashwaju gave us the wherewithal to do that. And he's been encouraging us, he's been there all the time. And the representation we gave our people, we were living, I still live within them there. I still live in Agege. I have not moved, and I don't think I'm ready to move in the nearest future. And so we live there, we share their problems. You know, we know the way the area is, we know what we need. The state government, where they're doing so many infrastructural work there now, is partly to our representation and the benevolence of the government and the governor, you know.
Okay. So how has it been, you know, or how was it, you know, transitioning from elective positions of state lawmaker, federal lawmaker to get an appointment in Lagos? You were once commissioner for the environment and now the commissioner here in the waterfront
and I was coming into
ministry.
It was a challenge to me. I saw it as a challenge to prove myself that I can also do well here. And I thank God, I don't think I've done badly. I was put in one of the very tedious ministry, one of the biggest, if you look at what it entails. And I'll leave you to judge.
So what have you been able to achieve, and what innovative ideas have you brought into this waterfront ministry?
Here, it is not about innovation here. It's about getting to develop what we have. God has blessed us tremendously as it relates to waterfront in this state. In fact, the backwaters of Lagos, it was then just before, it was then I became Commissioner for Environment that I got to know that area. And when I got there, wow, I never believed my eyes. We had what some other nations, some other cities are using huge sum of money to create. God gave us freely. Our backwaters, if you go from the Lagos Commodore Channel and go towards Badagry, that's one of the most beautiful places that I've ever come across in the whole world. Wow. You have a place there where you have land, lagoon, ocean. Like that. For even one aspect of it, land, lagoon, land to happen in Dubai, they spent a lot of money to create that. And that's what. So my vision here and the vision of the government and the governor is to make sure that we develop those places so that this state can reap from it, can make, not necessarily getting money alone. You will provide work, jobs for people. You create jobs. You build up the infrastructures there. You turn those places into heaven on earth. That is why I'm here.
So what efforts really will be put in place or is being put in place to improve water transportation in the state, knowing that once this goes full scale, water transportation will take
everything is going on pari passu. It's not that we are doing one and leaving one. Okay. We just had a round table conference on water transportation in Lagos. We have involved developers. They are bringing new ferries. We are going to do away with these banana boats. They are bringing new ferries. We are constructing jetties. We are Ipakodo. We are opening up. We are giving it a concessionaire to upgrade and run. Bayeku. We have built it. Badore is there. So these things are scattered strategically along those waterways to provide these infrastructures for our people to go around in those places.
So any lowest moment?
There have been several.
Which one stands out that you still remember?
My life. There was a time I almost died. Yes. I told you, when we were talking, I said, I missed my WAEC. I didn't do it. I was sick. In fact, I nearly lost my life. Wow. Yes. I was terribly sick. And I was brought to Lagos. I went to IDH. I had chicken pox, but now became Stephen Johnson syndrome. It's a syndrome, I use sulfur-containing drugs. Okay. And it started peeling every aspect of my body. Whoa. My palms, flesh, my mouth, my tongue, till all my anus, till my intestine, to my anus was raw. Wow. My sole of my feet, they were raw. Flesh. Wow. No skin on it. And now, and you will see me like that. And, when they want to feed me, it is crying time. And I was 79. I was about 18 or 19 years old or whatever. And then it was terrible. That was one of the worst times of my life.
Okay, so finally, 2019 is approaching. What's next after this office? What is your ultimate plan?
By the leave of my people, my leaders, and my, when I say I have so many leaders now, our foremost leader, my leader, or my other local leaders in my area, the speaker too is a leader of our area, by their leave, and the leave of my people of Agege, I want to return back to House of Reps, and the leave of His Excellency the Governor. He has to release me. He has to say, okay, you can go.
And what plans do you have for your people, if given the ticket and if you win?
The one thing they will be sure of is that they're having somebody that has a lot of experience representing them this time. I'm a better experienced person than even when I went there the first instance. I went there as a first time at that time. This time I'll be going there as a second timer. And that will confer on me some certain privileges, over somebody that will just be coming for the first time. And apart from that, I now understand governance, especially presidential system of governance. I have represented the two arms that is not professionally based. The other arm, the judiciary, have to be a lawyer.
Absolutely.
But this one, for politicians, legislature and executive. And I can tell you about both two sides. I can tell you the challenges, and going back there, I will want to see that there are some things that will be done, that has to be done to improve one or the other arm of government.
Okay, good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for coming on to our show today.
We thank God. Thank you.
All right. And that's the show for this week. My guest was Honorable Dr. Samuel Babatunde Adejare, the Honorable Commissioner for the Ministry of Waterfront Infrastructure Development. For your inquiries, send all of them to the Sunday Interview at tvcnews.tv. Until I come your way next week, I am Azizat Olaoluwa. Bye for now.